I am tired. Do not, do not feel like sitting up or dressing up. I don't feel well. So I'm not going to stay that long. I just wanted to. I don't have the full reading. I don't have the full reading yet. But I wanted to go into some of it for Nipsey. It's a reading about him, a message about him. Um, he also gave me more info about water, storms, tsunamis, floods, volcanoes, rainstorms, shortages with food, shortages with packages, shortages with gas, shortages with oil, or if it's not a direct shortage or not being able to get a lot of it, the price is going to be really high on packages, food, products, being able to get access to certain foods and products, problems with famine or abilities for farmers to grow things, grow certain foods that we're used to in the US. So you need to start stocking up now. There's going to be shortages on certain types of grains and breads and produce, or not even being able to get the produce from US at all. Shortages with gas and oil, which Nipsey had me say this like over a year ago, like 2 years ago. I tried to warn you with this, and water problems, water shortage, water poisoning, the ability to get clean water in certain areas. Something is coming up to me about pigs. Now, he also blew my mind. I guess the ability to get pork. I don't know if pork will be one of the meats that people will be able to get a hold of. It's like cow, beef, bacon, breads, butters, creams. Some of these things might be shortages in certain areas because of the farmer's ability to grow them, the soil, the nutrients in the soil, the seed, being able to hold the animals, house the animals, feed them, give them clean water, antibiotics, medicines, health care, and be able to take care of them. That might be an issue, as well as seeing certain commodities and animals and foods and meds on the stock market, the stock and the number of stock, or the price of the stock. We need to start watching that, as well as gold, because gold doesn't cover and back the dollar anymore. And even the paper money, Nipsey keeps saying it's like dead. In a lot of ways, it's dead. I mean, you see, like over a year ago, I mentioned Russia. Russia having problems with the US and Israel, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Sudan, Ethiopia. You hear me mention these countries and saying there's going to be a problem with Iran, Russia, China. There are several other countries that I mentioned, and people were laughing, saying I was crazy. And now you're seeing these things coming back up. What I was trying to tell you, Nipsey told me this, and now we're here and war. And I don't care what Biden is saying, but Biden is in this with Putin. And he was trying to say that Trump was colluding with Putin, but you see that Putin had more respect for Trump. True, Putin has no respect for Biden, and Biden is also in this and made a deal in bed with China, and he's also going to benefit. He's made a private deal and going to benefit from this war with Putin and the Ukraine, but they've been warring with them for years. This is not anything new, and they're wanting the president of Ukraine wanting U.S. and other nations to have a ceasefire or to get involved or send their troops in. And Biden said that they're not going to do that. Other countries also said they're not going to do that. But what I'm telling you is there are already secret agents from the U.S. that are in the Ukraine that have been sent there, and we don't know that they're there. Um, Biden is not to be taken seriously, and definitely not respected by Putin. This is this is so pitiful that this is the leader of the free world, and this is our leader, because this is not going to work out very well for us. So it's very good to watch the news and international news and see what's going on and stock up on clean food, clean water, first aid, weapons, munitions, join with people and groups of people that are also about these types of things. Because if you're dependent on Biden and the government, you're going to be in trouble. This man is only thinking about himself and his family. There are secret agreements that you don't even know about. And there are branches, secret branches of U.S. military from Nipsey, what Nipsey's telling me, that is in Ukraine, while Biden is lying and saying that it's not. And he's basically looking forward to when he gets out of office, it's benefiting him, and he's already selling off large chunks of the U.S. And he's colluding with China. So, and then China is also thinking about invading. What is that? I have to go back and look. It's another Asian country that they feel like this might be a time to do it and nobody's going to be able to stop them or get involved in it. So I've been watching it, and Nipsey's been speaking to me about that as well. There are other things that, as you know, that I can't talk about on YouTube that I'm going to talk about on my site. New things he's given me that are quite fascinating when he was talking about the body and the immune system and the anatomy and physiology of the body and DNA and RNA. So I can kind of loosely talk about that because I'm basically talking about the body system, the human anatomy and physiology. But I'm not going to go too far with that over here. He's showing me that he mentioned pig hearts mixed with human, and then the monkey came up. A pig heart spliced with a human heart and a monkey and a rat DNA and a frog DNA. He keeps showing me there's a frog from the Amazon. One of them is the Amazon rainforest. One of them is from Mexico. One of them is from Cuba. One of them is from Africa. These frogs are so tiny. Some of them are real, they're natural. Some of them mutations, they're about the size of the tip of the top of your finger. Even the size of the tip of a pinky finger. A small, not a big person. A person has a small pinky finger. These things are so small. Yes, somebody please put, I think my sister Mina's in here and everybody else free to put my Cash App in, ask for donations and stuff because I'm not feeling that good. So I don't know when I'm going to come on camera. I'm just going through a lot and dealing with a lot. And it's like when they open, I'll get into that later, but when they started opening up shit in this house and stuff that's it's old and open up the attic and a lot of dust and shit and dust mites and all that, it made me sick. It made me even feel fucking sicker and worse. And it's like still opening spots. They're not fixing it. So I can't stay that long. It would take too much and I don't think it's a good idea for me to invest in it. It's like all hell let loose when they start fucking digging stuff open in here. And I said I wanted it and I was gonna stay and haven't renovated and now I can't because it's made me so fucking sick. And I'm just so fatigued and exhausted. And then working on top of it and doing readings and being up, I mean, I'm having problems breathing and problems with my sinuses because of whatever it is they fucking unleashed in here that was trapped in here. Probably old dead insects, dust cells and stuff like in the filters and stuff, like trying to change that and open it up. It's oh my God. Some days I feel like I'm dying. It's just that bad. So I can't get up right now. I just really need to get me together along with getting processing the orders I can and the readings that I have to do as well as getting the readings from Nipsey. So all I can do, I just have the strength right now to just lay here and talk to you on my back. I cannot sit up. I cannot fuck. I just washed my ass a few minutes ago, but I washed my face. I don't even have the strength. Other than wash my ass, I cannot get up and put on makeup and clothes. I'm sorry. I can't even fucking put on drawers. That's how fucking exhausted I feel. And I know that it's just like digging stuff up in here and cleaning up that. And I'm just really delicate. So I'm sorry. I can't do it. And I don't know when I'm coming back. So, I'm gonna have to find a doctor to probably go to like a upper respiratory because that's where it's attacking me at the most. It's the upper respiratory sinuses and shit. I'm constantly having to get up to like flush my head and my ears and stuff out. because I can smell everything. It's like my whole body is super sensitive. So it's like I can smell what people cannot smell. Even little bitty dust mites, I can smell that shit. I can feel them and hear them fucking moving around. When a regular person, I like had people in here and inspected and clean. I'm like, did you hear that? And they're like, what? I'm like, okay, let me shut up because I know this person doesn't know what I am, and it's clear they don't have the ability. So I'm really, really fatigued. I'm really, I'm doing the best I can. But I mean, I'm still working. As you see my new pillows. So if I sleep and I wake up and I take my medication and I feel good, I'll sit up for a couple of hours, even if it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll sew a pillow. Like Nipsey gives me the designs for the pillows. He gives me the patterns for the pillows. I'm like, you know what? I woke up right now. I feel okay, even though it's like 6, 7 in the morning. So a couple of days ago, I put the pillows out. I had been up that morning because I felt okay enough, like strong enough to sit on the edge of the bed. And I just got the scissors and the thread. And I'm like, let me work on the pillow a few hours because he had it in my head. So it's like when he gives me something in my head, I like to go and just go for it and like start on it right then, like when I start on. But I was feeling so fatigued. I was like, baby, I can't finish this today because it's so intricate. He's like, the way he it's really pretty. He likes the eyes on the pillow. So if you see like a few days ago, he's dealing with the third eye. I got all these third eyes, like the eyeball, the evil eye, like it repels the evil eye to have a purse, panties, anything with the evil eye repelling it. I have all these eyeballs he told me to buy. And like when you see the purple pillow, that's an eye because that's the third eye. He's like some people are third eye blind. So this is the third eye. This is on the pillow to open the third eye. He's telling me to focus on everybody with the third eye and repelling the evil eye and a lot of black magic and witchcraft that's being sent out. And I know people are attacking me. And I put that so you can tell it's, I don't know how I did it because I'm telling you right now, for people that know me, they know. But for people that don't know me, they don't. I've never sewn these pillows before. I've never made them before. These patterns where they look so beautiful. This is my first time sewing them. He literally tells me how to sew them, what color, what beads, what stones. And even though they're costume stones, some of them are crystals, some of them are rhinestones, they're very thick and they're very heavy. So if you ever get the pillows, if you hold them, you'll see these are not like cheap, even though they're costume, they're heavy and they're covered in a lot of metal, and it's like the type of metal that they're not gonna turn anything like that, and they're embedded in there well. I make sure they're embedded in there by well, and I don't use, as you know, I don't use a sewing machine. Anybody that sews knows you can't sew like put that under a sewing machine unless you want to break your needles. So I enjoy it. It's very therapeutic and it's helping like to heal me because I literally take a needle and thread and I sit there or I'll stand on the edge of the bed and I sew all of those stones into those pillows by hand. I might put a little glue on there to just kind of hold it in place. But then I go back and I sew every stone you see, even if it's a stone by itself, I sew it by hand. I don't have to do that. I don't have to sew the pillows by hand. Some of them, if I see a couple pillows I like, I'll get it and then I'll embellish it. But other than that, all the other pillows, I cut them. I sew them by hand, not because I have to, because I have a brand new sewing machine. But it's just like it's healing for me. And it helps me to tap into like my nerves and my hands, my fingertips, like to feel, like to connect and to help my chakras. So it takes a lot more time. So they mean a lot more to me. I'm very emotionally attached to them because I sew them. I haven't even offered them for sale. I just put them up so you can see them as samples. But even when I look back at them and you all look at them and you tell me they're so pretty and they're so beautiful, it amazes me because I don't have pillow patterns. I've never made these things before. This man, I don't care if people say I'm crazy, I'm lying, whatever. This man teaches me how to make the fucking like tells me, I want you to cut this, I want that fabric, I want that pattern, I want this color, I want that. And then you're gonna take this and you're gonna sew it like this, you're gonna sew it like that. I've never fucking done this before. And for you that don't know me, for you that know me, I'm not lying. But for you that don't know me, just go back. Go back 10, 12, 15 years. Look at my show. Even the way I dress now is totally different from then. If I made hair products 2007, 2008. Yeah, I had basic products, but not the stuff he gave me now, 24K gold, diamonds, and all that shit. But you've never seen me fucking make pillows and clothes and panties and all. I've tried to make panties like 20 years ago, and I kind of put those up privately. I never put them out publicly. I didn't really believe in myself, my ability to do it because, like I said, I never had a sewing class or anything like that. He told me to go get the old blue panties, satin, the red satin ones, and he showed me how to finish them. Create, they're so pretty. I haven't finished everything and showed them to you, like I said, because of what I'm going through and how. But then he adds other things to it, so it means a lot when you all like rate what I make. And I know you're not gonna say it because you like me. If it looks like shit, I know you're gonna say it looks like shit. But when you sit there and you're like, that's so pretty, like that's so beautiful, and I'm just like, I look at the picture and I'm going like, wow, that does look professional, and I never fucking made it before. I don't know how to make it. That's like my very first pill of my life, and I sat there, and for you all that are wondering, I stitched. I didn't buy any of those pillows with the stones on them. I stitched that shit one by one, piece by piece with my fucking own hands. Even if I had to sit here for 3 and 4 fucking hours, I sewed every fucking piece on the pillows by my fucking self. I did not buy that like that. But I know you would know if I was lying because you would have been like, oh, I seen that in Target. I seen that in Neiman's, like that exact stone, and then would have got a picture of it. You didn't see it nowhere because nobody fucking did it. Yeah, you have pillows with stones on. I'm not saying that, but not those. I didn't get that from no fucking body. I made that shit up. This man said here and fucking anyway. So I can barely move, but when I do feel like it, I take my energy. I make stuff, and I make stuff for people. Still, it's just hard right now because of, like I said, what I'm going through. But getting back to what he was saying to me. Okay, look at these humans getting heart transplants from a pig heart. I don't know. I know they're cloning human hearts. They're cloning a whole human body, and they have human clones walking around. They are producing designer babies, cloned babies. But when I'm saying to you, I hope that you or nobody you know will take one of those hearts, because it's literally like somebody's a zombie. You're suspending them. They're dead. Okay? Like their chest cavity, their heart is dead. They're walking dead, literally. They have no human heart in the chest. It's just a hole, a dead hole. And they get this pig heart. And Nipsey's saying to me, from looking at the scientist and what he sees, to make it stick, I guess, and to make it last, yeah, please, thank you for telling them yeah, the fake lungs. I just don't know what's in them yet. But it's probably the pig lungs too, because you look at it from what I've seen. I got to go back and look at it. They don't just put a heart in by itself, because in your chest, the heart is not by itself. Like slightly to the left is connected to your lungs and your main arteries and your veins, superior inferior vena cava. So that's a whole set. Um, and I know some metal in there, and then they have to take drugs, anti-rejection drugs, for the rest of their life, or it's going to be a problem. But even then, that type of heart is not gonna last them like 50, 60 years unless they keep putting designer cloned cells in it. And it's like it's a particular rat that spoke to me that also has human cells in the heart, the pig and the monkey. And then and if he keeps going back to this frog. This frog is so pretty, but it's tiny. They have one so tiny that your pinky finger, like at the top digit, it's about that big. It might even be smaller than that. And it's green, like a bright green. It changes from a lime green to an emerald green. It has yellow patches, red patches, purple patches, black, violet. It's so pretty. And it changes these colors, and it's very smart, and it has black eyes. Like the eyes will change. They'll get completely black, and then the people get smaller, and you might see a little white or gold. Where the white of our eyes is gold. The scientists at different pharmaceutical companies have taken this frog, not only cloned it, but made medicines out of this magic frog. To them, it's like a magic frog. And the frog said it's been stolen for years and it's been endangered, and they've cloned the species. A part of that is also in this cloned human and in this cloned pig heart. So you see how they're always pushing pig on you, different ways to eat a pig and get in your body, but then at the same time they're merging it. They have relationships with these pigs, like boyfriend, girlfriend, like sexual relationships with these pigs. You see, the main animal they have around is a pig, a dog, a sheep, a cow. They have relationships with them. They have sexual relationships with them. Sexual relationships with monkey species, orangutans, because they're similar, like to a female human vagina, like a orangutan. They have like different whorehouses for them. People can go in there and pay. They have sex with camels, drink camels' milk, and they also consume and eat their meat. They have sex with cows, donkeys, mules, which one of them is like a hybrid. And now they have the bots, like the human looking synthetic skin, but it feels like human skin clones, like robots that look, walk, talk like Sophia the robot, and people, men's is going with them. Like had them as their wife, their girlfriend, they lover, take them on trips. They have hotels for them, have them waiting in the room where they can open them up, walk and talk because they don't talk back. They don't give them problems. They don't give them trauma. They don't beg for money. And they have a vagina that rotates, heats up, opens, closes, goes up and down, makes a man have an incredible orgasm by this remote control computerized vagina. So a lot of men feel like they don't even need women, female women, other than to procreate. And now they're working on not even having to do that with a biological woman. Where a synthetic woman can do that, a transsexual female can do that, because they're transplanting uteruses and whole female reproductive systems and then basically flooding them with female hormones so they get pregnant and hold the baby in utero to develop. So we're moving to a transhuman. Well, oh, I'm sorry. Nipsey says we're already there. We're already in that stream of consciousness, and then taking your stream of consciousness. I can't say everything I want to say. I'm gonna have to get into that with the other taping, because you all know one of the ways they are permanently altering the RNA pattern, the DNA genetic pattern that moves through a particular family and a bloodline. And I can't say what it is. Once they shifted, this is so incredible what he told me. He said it's like a ghost box. When you shut, it's like, okay, one part of the DNA is not only altered, it's shut down forever. It starts to break down and it doesn't work anymore, and it doesn't protect the immune system, and then the immune system is vulnerable and it starts to shut down. Then it opens the RNA up. The RNA then takes control. It starts to replicate malignant or cancerous or disease cells in the body. Like different diseases will happen in the body because the immune system is not working, the DNA is not working. So then there's a cloud, just like the clouds where you store information. I mean, this is so heavy what this man is telling me, because let me tell you one thing that we were taught, that all this stuff is a lie, okay? About people physically dying, and once you're physically dead, you're just dead. That's a lie. I already know that's a lie because I talk to them and I see them. They're still alive. It's just that flesh part, the flesh body, which is the weakest part, dies. But you have other duplicate bodies and energy fields and energy systems that can still walk, talk, and move among you. But if people are not gifted, they can't see and hear them. Those parts of the brain and consciousness are still being activated. So when parts of the DNA are being shut down and are being malignant in the way they function, and instead of replicating healthy cells, they replicate negative disease cells and destroy the immune system. And the RNA takes over and then duplicates much faster, like in a cookie plant or a meat factory, real fast, replicating the same cells, but they're malignant and they destroy the body. Okay. There's a consciousness that is originally in the brain of the person that gives the person their identity, their soul, mind, and the whole soul um, genetic blueprint and the print of the blood that comes from their ancestors in different dimensions and portals on the extraterrestrial level, and then come down on the physical spiritual level, and then the physical level to just kind of house that person. The physical body is not the real person, it's just a temporary housing. So when they get out of there, or when they're in there, there's still a cloud, and the person is opening themselves to having their natural cloud with everything inside of them through a telephone, a computer, um, whatever it is, whatever technology they link themselves to, and whatever information that they tell or that they sell, and going to different sites. And these people start collecting data and collecting through the phone of what type of person it is, what your hobbies, your cartoons, your clothes, your foods. They start collecting parts, pieces, images of the person's personality, like the higher self, things that you want known, things that you don't, and certain numbers, a serial code, a barcode, and a cloud is assigned to the person. But what people don't know is when something happens to them, and it happens to the physical body, or they actually having some disease or some damage or some alteration to them in their body, biologically, the anatomy, the physiology, the DNA, the RNA, it then starts to be uploaded into a cloud. So when that person physically dies, or it's like they start losing control of the body or mind through illnesses and diseases, it's easy to clone them the same way you would clone a pig, by putting human, rat, monkey, frog DNA in it, so that it will be able to be put in a human's chest with the lungs and connect to the arteries and the veins and the nerves and survive, because it's now not only attached to the RNA, the DNA, the blood, it is now also connected to the cloud that is everyone carries in their consciousness and in their soul. So it would be to the point where you can easily, because people are attracted to it. They want to be in the fourth dimension. They brag about being in the fourth and the fifth dimension, and most of them don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They want to be in the metaverse where they're getting raped in the ass over there, because these humans are over there and they're controlling the avatar. So they're raping and sticking dick in the tonsils of people's goddamn avatars. Women are talking about this and how this is happening to their avatars, skeeting calm on their goddamn avatar, man, and talking about busting them in the ass. And so I mean, and what they don't understand is they're giving the person access to their cloud and they pussy and then they fucking nutsack, man. They open it up to getting raped in the ass and violated all in the ass, and then said they didn't ask for that shit, but you asked for that shit because you tied into that shit. You signed up for that shit. You log in for that shit. You created an avatar that people want to jack their dick on and go over there and get ass rape and anal rape and cloud rape. Get put in the cloud, programmed in the cloud. Your avatar is sealed in the cloud once you go in there, and then the avatar get skeeted all on and fucked all up in their ass. And then you talking about you didn't ask for that shit. What the fuck? Now your consciousness and pieces of them have been photographed, ID'd, and copied, and there's a camera. So wherever you go, when they decide to do you like they do in China, and when you're on the street and they have cameras in your neighborhood or wherever you fucking go, and your fingerprint, it's easy to do because you've helped them do that shit by creating that avatar and talking about what you like and what you don't like, and let niggas jack on you, and then men get raped all in the ass over there in the avatar and shit. Cause you going, man, look, you see why I don't feel good? Man, I'm laying down, man. And I don't even You know what I'm saying? This just weighing drip out, man. This is weighing me out. This is draining me just for the nigga to tell me he see the shit and he coming back and telling me the shit. All right. I ain't gonna get into much of this shit right now no more because I can't really, like I said, really talk about the source of a lot of that shit. But that's how a lot of people are gonna willingly lose their body. They're gonna willingly come up out of the body because that's all the genetic material that somebody needs. They need a little bit of genetic material to clone you. I want to say clone you and have your cells growing on a chip. It's very easy to implant it in your brain, just like what Elon Musk was talking about, the brain implantation that he has already ready, because everything they know about you, people don't want to read, don't want to think. I mean, most people don't even know their fucking friend's phone number. They don't even know your fucking mammy's phone number because you got it programmed in your goddamn phone. You didn't grow up like I grew up, where we had rotary phones, we had touch tone and dial phones. We had to memorize our phone number. We had to memorize our address. We knew how to get around. We knew natural directions. Most of these people don't even know how to bring me a goddamn sandwich and a fucking goddamn Coca-Cola unless Google says that's how to get here. And most of them, because the address is put in wrong, they even get lost from that shit because they programmed it in wrong because they don't fucking know and they don't want to fucking know. Hell, how do I suck dick? Oh, I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna ask this app on here how to watch the avatar suck a dick because they don't want to fucking study and fucking read. They want everything fucking given to them. So it'll be easy for a lot of them to sell their soul and sell their cloud and their whole fucking consciousness and just put a chip in their body or their ass because they don't want to fucking study nothing. They're soft and fucking weak. This is Generation X. And if they have a bad day or if they can't go out of the house for 3 fucking days, they popping Molly and getting drunk and talking about suicide and have to call their fucking therapist and have a fucking FaceTime. These motherfuckers is weak and goddamn disgusting. You depend on them, your goddamn ass gonna be dead and fucked up. A lot of them have to fucking pop a Xanax just to come out of the house and drive to the fucking 7-Eleven and get a fucking beer, you know, or to get something to pep their ass up, goddamn it. You know, I'm sorry. So I don't know what the fuck got into drip. I tell y'all I'm not feeling well. I'm going through some things. I'm lying. These people ain't like that these goddamn days. I just need some more oxygen in my head. They, Generation X. Always want to be Generation Next, but don't want to work and don't want it hard and rather sell their soul and pop a molly and pop their finger and get a deal by another nigga going through their booty hole. I don't know if it's a dick in their booty hole or they want a goddamn python or a snake to crawl up in their ass to sign a contract. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what the fuck got into drip? I'm really sorry. Let me get myself together. Get myself together. Tell you I ain't been breathing that good, so trying to tune in and see this screen, goddamn it, because it's come out. Rotate the device. I don't know what the fuck I done did, goddamn it. This is why my father never had. Saying rotate. I don't know. Can y'all hear me, goddamn it? Can y'all hear me? Cause every time I rotate it like I done did something wrong. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, as long as I know y'all can hear me, goddamn it. Okay, y'all can hear me. All right then. You know what I'm gonna get to? Yes, thank y'all for posting asking to donate to Drip, cause you know Drip having a hard time, and I really don't like the big man. I really don't like to ask for help, but I really need y'all help right now. Call, you know, I have to do the best I can. I know y'all be talking about come on here, but I'm telling you just like this. I only come on here for the people that love me and support me and donate to me. You know, I need, yeah, okay, I don't see y'all now, but yeah, you know, I need them donations. So I can go up there to the drugstore or Walmart, give me some Mucinex. I like that Mucinex because it, you know, it kind of it knocks me out and it's sweet like that lean. I have never had lean, but that's from what the way they describe this shit. You know, I need money so I could get me some lean. I mean, excuse me, I didn't say that. Some mucinate, like it's kind of sweet, like, but it's real thick, and it helped me relax myself and open my lung and shit up. And get me some nasal spray with that mint or that peppermint in that on my head. And that Vic, you know, I'm country, put that Vic sass with that hot rag on my chest and on my stomach. And I try to get myself together so I can have the screen. I'm trying to get my strength up. I ain't really been eating though, cause it's hard to eat. And here when that shit, I smell that dust and shit, and they need to clean that whole fucking attic out. But I think what it's probably gonna be, I'm just gonna have to get the fuck on. So, you know, Drip needs your love and donation and shit, cause I don't want to go up there and get no damn food stamp. I don't want to go up there and get on no welfare. I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't want to be in that system. Cause down in Atlanta, I don't know how it is everywhere else. They give you little bits when you ask for it. I just don't wanna be in that position, you know. So that's why I come, I work, I do my pillows, I do the best I can. As for y'all, don't do donation to me. Y'all be liking to come up here, but y'all can't keep putting pressure on me. I don't like to tell you, but I'm just telling you what I'm going through right now. This was a bad idea. You know, I'm like Kenny Rogers. That song, you have to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Was not a good idea, or clearly my spirits do not want me here. They do not. I've been here a long time, and it was not the best when all these times I've been here. But you know, I raised my son here. This is you know how I'm not gonna get into a lot of it tonight. I'll probably get into it when I come back. That'll be a part of the vagina power series that I'm also still growing and coming into vagina power, especially after dealing with the physical loss of my grandma. It's really taken me to a place where I didn't want to go, but I was forced into, and accept a lot of truths and realities that were not good, and having people like come to my house and really like tell me shit that I didn't want to hear. But it was men talking to me, and I needed men to just talk to me. I didn't grow up with real men in my life, unfortunately. And it made me really start thinking differently, you know, and thinking like men think. And I'm just like, okay, you gotta know when to hold them, and you know when to fold them, and when something's worth renovating and something's not, and it's making me sick. I literally feel like I'm dying. And in a lot of ways, I am dying because a lot of old beliefs, a lot of thought patterns that made me be a victim and made me be with men that weren't men, that were just physical male, but mentally and emotionally very female, and treated me like shit. I've never had good men in my life. And I didn't want to accept that because they would say it was my fault that they did shit to me. It was my fault that they lied and didn't keep their word. And a lot of people, that's a supreme narcissist. When somebody loves to do mean, sadistic shit to you and then says that you made them do that shit, you didn't make anybody do something to you when they agreed to treat you good and treat you like shit and sucker punch you. No, that's somebody that's a supreme narcissist, really sick. They don't You're an empath. Usually narcissists like people like us. They're drawn to empaths that feel. And then when they make a promise to you and they're good to you, and then they do something really fucked up to you, like sucker punch you when you don't see it coming, to throw you off balance, and then you cry and you're hurt and you're really depressed and you're talking to somebody, you're trying to understand because they said that you made them do it to you. But what you're not understanding is a narcissist doesn't, they're not wired like you. They don't think like you, and they don't feel. They don't have the emotions that you have, but they like to feed off someone like you. They're vampires. So we're going to get into it next time. So with this, like me saying, yeah, knock that wall out. Yeah, cut that out. Yeah, pull that up. It really made me realize one thing. It was also cutting me open and digging stuff up inside of me. And thus I'm suffering laying here with this respiratory problem. Because I'm saying upper. So that's the top part of me. What's the top part of the house I live in? My fucking attic. That the nigga when y'all, man. Oh, While that nigga was talking in here a few weeks ago, and y'all heard him in here working, nigga went up there and failed, goddamn it. So, man, fell and got fucked up and rolled down the shit, down the step and shit. Oh, I took his bald headed black ass up there and damn fell up, man. I'm trying not to laugh and I'm trying to do the goddamn show. And you see, they kept coming in there talking. The nigga was hopping. Ah, god damn. After that shit happened, the nigga fell. Cause you see, something y'all was saying. I was trying not to look at y'all. They tell me, why the fuck the nigga don't shit? Why the nigga keep on goddamn talking? It was too. The nigga keep talking. The nigga was hopping, leg bleeding and shit. I'm trying to act like I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do this show. I'm trying to get my mind off for it. I get off. Oh, man. Nigga shoe ran over. Sock dirty. Got all kind of insulation and shit. Up in his ass. Pants twists and shit. I mean, t-shirt dirty. Nigga sweating on the top of his head with a few damn nappy hairs leaning over. I mean, the shit was fucked up, but I ain't saying that. Drip ain't saying that. You see what I'm saying? I said, fell. And start fucking with me from my chest and shit. You know, I already had that weird wig on that turned my titty, turned my whole skin, that dye got in my skin, irritated that I had that titty raw and red and shit. Then on top of that, the nigga in here with his head bust, shoe leaning over and toe up, dirty and shit, stinking with sweat all over. Man. I had to knock the whole, oh, goddamn. Oh, man. See, that's somebody telling me no, goddamn it. I mean, it's one of these spirits in here, or maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them, goddamn it, that's telling me no. That this here, bitch, you need to take your motherfucking ass on, man. Then fuck me up in my damn lung and shit. From having to smell the shit. Oh, man. I really want to tell y'all, man. Tell y'all this shit. This is a nightmare. I see that, this was a bad idea, goddammit. Something maybe you don't need to open up, goddammit. This was a can of worms. A can of poking bean or something. I shouldn't have goddamn. Oh, man. I'm over here. That's why I'm asking y'all to help me in the name of Jesus. Please donate to me because I can't. I'm really struggling right now just to use my body. God damn it, because I have to inhale this shit until I find the right people to fix this. And now I think it's best for me to just leave this shit because I've been a long time, like I said. And it's making me sick. I see this is where this is coming from. And that's why I tell y'all that as I'm working through this and helping Nipsey and help other people, the stuff that's coming up and out of my body, I see is coming up out of my house. And for people that don't want to accept it, I totally embrace it. If you've been someplace for a long time, that house is you. So if the house is in perfect condition and the house is fine, that's a reflection of some energetic pieces of you that are fine. When it starts to break down and certain systems are also a replication of your body. So what I think is because it's happening to me and I chose not to just up and run from it, I'm gonna, and it's been since Nipsey's been here with me and he's been talking to me, teaching me about a lot of stuff. I'm gonna write it out and diagram it, and I'm gonna teach a program on it because I believe and I know that, well, I'm not a runner. So I don't run from things. I face them head on because this is built up in me, and a lot of abuse and childhood stuff is built up so long that I pushed down. And now this stuff is exploding. I think when a lot of people get to my age that start breaking down, they have a nervous breakdown, they start doing a lot of talking, They start doing a lot of crying. They start doing a lot of screaming. They start telling on a lot of people about stuff that happened to them when they was 2, 5, 10, and they've always been a giver, and they've never taken. They just let people take from them, and then they start having breast cancer, which thank God I don't. They start having female like uterine cancers, fallopian tube cancers, vaginal butt cancers, colorectal cancers. That person, when cancer's in the titty, that is a part of the female reproductive system because that's the mammary gland where the baby sucks the nutrients and gets the sustenance, the most powerful sustenance to build the immune system, more powerful than a Similac. Basically, it's chemicals and trash. More important and more powerful than any other animal is the healthy milk when a mother can feed the baby from her nipple and her mammary glands. When a woman gets cancer there and she's gotten older, she's had children, she's had lovers that used her, abused her, dogged her out. She was never loved, never respected. She was abused, molested, raped as a child, abandoned by people that loved her, even not getting along with her children. It comes up through the tits. It comes up through the lymph nodes when a lot of women get the cancers and they start to move, metastasize from the breast to the glands and the lymph, so that I've seen radical mastectomies, so radical that not only they cut the breast and they shave it off, they then go up under and shave, they take out and cut out the lymph nodes and all of the glands. But now they have really great surgeries where they can reconstruct the breast through the stomach meat and tissue and nerves, rebuild the nipple and tattoo. Quite beautiful. It looks like it's never been done if you get the right surgeons and to replace it. But there still needs to be a lot of mental emotional therapy. Women that get bypass surgeries to lose weight because they don't want to exercise and be accountable for their diet and their thinking and what gets them where they don't want to be, and they hate themselves and they hate being fat. The first brain is in the gut, the intestine. The second one is in your head, between your ears, and your first heart is in the gut. That's why I used to, something told me I felt in my gut, you need to fucking listen. You usually get fucked over when you get a certain feeling in your gut and you ignore it and you believe another human being and you get fucked because you listen to something in somebody outside of you and you're going against what you feel in your fucking gut. They get gut cancer, when they get ass cancer, that's usually a sexual and a violation and a giving away of power of your pussy, dick, nuts, and ass. Female organs can cancer their testicular cancers, penis cancers, prostates. There's usually somebody that's been raped, abused, molested, and never said no, was afraid to say no, that gave their power away, and didn't love and respect themselves and weren't respected and weren't told to be respected or that they were worthy of being respected. Okay. So usually if they're like that and they let everybody take from them and they never say no and they give because you're told to give and give to your man and give to your family and you never get back and they treat you like shit and you look like shit. Usually that person starts exploding and unraveling around 40s. 30s starts, 20s starts searching, miserable, depressed, don't know, lost, trying to find answers. Somewhere around 30s, 40s, 50s, they explode. They either kill themselves or they're drunks, they're miserable, they have addictions, they're fucking and sucking everybody. Like all that childhood shit they didn't get to live is coming out. They're a whore. And they're dressing like they're fucking 20. But it doesn't look good. And they are drunk and they make a spectacle and embarrass themselves. Because that's different if you got the body and you can look like it, you can dress like it, and you're restoring yourself and you're healing in your 50s and you can dress like a 20-year-old and you don't take from yourself because you still have the body and the class and the dignity for it. You can wear the shit. That's different. I didn't say that. I'm saying somebody that's wearing that shit and it's outside at 3 o'clock in the morning with a mini skirt on and the back of the skirt is wedged up in their drawers and half of their ass is hanging out with some toilet tissue and they stank and drunk. See, that's not cute. You're unraveling. And you're not really addressing some shit that happened at 5 and 10, goddammit. You're exploding. And people around you are not helping you and loving you, or you don't want it, or you're pulling away and you don't have a resource, so you're fucking exploding. And you're angry. And you're just vomiting venom on every fucking body. or you're doing it in a way that's helping yourself and you're grieving and you're mourning and releasing it and you're sharing with other people. Usually there's somebody just like what I'm going through, because you sit there and you know that I'm going to die if I hold this, or this is going to kill me internally because I'm holding this and because I keep letting people do that shit. The same thing happens with your houses and your cars, your purses, your clothes, your food, your lovers, your children, your pets, or you see the pets getting sick. You see the pets dying. You see a lot of like poltergeist activity, because a lot of people that this happens to are also very psychic, and they're intuitive and they're empaths, and they don't know, or they're afraid of it, or they don't want to know, because they had their mother and everybody else who was jealous of them, who's empathic too, or hid or ran from it or met, they see you got more gifts than them and started to beat you up as a kid. So welcome to my world. This is what I'm embracing, letting it out, literally cutting myself open and saying, hey, you know what? Let it come in and let everything come out. I'm not gonna run from this. I'm not gonna jump and move. I've seen people do that. I used to do that. Jump and fucking move. When something messes up in a house, or you don't like your neighbors, or the good ones move out and the bad ones move. Oh, time to go, time to go, time. No, that's something else. It could also be 5 or 6 something else's that were there before you were born, that you did not resolve from a previous lifetime, and you picked certain parents and families, or the most fucked up ones were drawn to you and gave birth to you and sucker punched you and abused you and slapped you around the whole freaking first part of your life, and everybody else kind of just jumped on the bandwagon, and you don't know it. You don't know that this is what your life is supposed to be, and this is what you're supposed to deal with to rise up and become someone great, to move when you've embraced all the hell of where you're at. I'm sorry this went this way. I didn't know this was going to go this way. I thought it was just going to do like a brief reading. So I probably need to get off of here. But what I will say right quick before I go, because this is not what this was supposed to be. But at the same time, I believe that there's somebody just like me, no matter what your chronological age is, that needs to hear this and wants to hear it. And again, I appreciate your love and donations, because I wasn't going to tell you this, but child, I'm going through it over here. And I know that 2022, I see that this year, this shit has been like somebody takes a pie, a cream pie, without you knowing it, and shoves it in your fucking face. That's how I feel right now. Like, this is my year. Everything that I didn't deal with, and stuff that was pushed down, and stuff I didn't want to face, and stuff I didn't want to accept, it ending the way I knew it was going to end like 15 years ago, is ending like I didn't want it to end in 2022. This is my year for caskets to drop. So I'm literally embracing the death of a lot of things inside of me, a lot of thinking, a lot of feeling that got me here. And a lot of people I'm killing, relationships. You can't talk to me anymore. You can't call me. You can't fucking hang around me. Even my child. I don't give a fuck who it is. If it's things that I'm dealing with my child, or anybody's close, if you're disrespectful, you don't do what I tell you to do, you're disobedient, you keep getting caught up in the same shit, I decided I'm not going to aid and abet my child and things I don't want to deal with. You don't listen to me, you don't trust me, you don't respect me. But then every time something happens to you, you want to come to me and you want me to fix it and put a band-aid on a boo-boo. I'm not going to co-create that with you anymore. Even if that means I got to back up from you. I don't give a fuck. Everybody can get it now. The cat downstairs that I was giving that tuna fish, all y'all can get it, goddammit. Everybody can get it. I'm really tired because I had to get it. Even when I didn't fucking deserve the shit. So now I'm not taking on shit that I don't deserve, and I'm not going to participate in my own demise and my own fucking abuse. And some people can't do that, and they whine about it. Oh, my husband is doing this. Oh, my boyfriend. Oh, my son. I do. Yeah, but you want me to listen to it. But then when I try to take steps, I don't, and that's how my grandmother was. Well, I don't want you to tell me what to do because I don't want to put them out, but I just wanted you to listen. Why the fuck do I want to listen when you don't want to take action and you don't want to be a victim, but you want somebody to pet you and feel sorry for you and attack them? But then you keep letting them come over there and niece and nephew fucking steal from you and fuck you over. And now I'm a bad grandchild because I don't want to attack them for doing it to you, and you won't put them out, and you let them stay there and continue to do that shit over and over again, and you won't make the fucking change. It's not on me. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anybody to hear me. If I'm letting someone fuck me over constantly, and all I want to do, because I don't, a part of me really don't want to leave the motherfucker alone, but I want you to keep hearing it, I would want you to cut me the fuck off. Because it's not just that person that's there that is the problem. It's me that's the problem. And a part of me has a strong bond to them. And I'm energetically letting them suck off my titty while I'm telling you I don't want them to suck the titty and I'm sick of them. If a person is around a motherfucker that's telling you that they don't want to fuck with them no more, the bitch is lying to you and playing on you. And they telling the nigga one thing and telling you a motherfucking another. And you need to set a limit. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple months that I'm going to listen to you cry and whine, or a couple of years, whatever your limit is. That's on you. If you keep listening to that shit and the person keeps being there and they're not being beaten, they're not being shot or stabbed, they're not in a position where they cannot physically get away. If they can physically get away and they won't, and they keep telling you the person's holding them there, they like fucking and sucking them. Okay? They might not like their ways, but they like the way they do them in their ass. Okay, whatever argument that they telling you that they like to dig arguing and nuts arguing around and shoveling around in they fucking mouth. Balls in they jaws and nuts in they motherfucker. It's something about the nigga that the bitch is telling you that she tired of, or something about the bitch that the nigga telling you that she tired. He's not tired of climbing up and arguing in her ass and mouth. Okay? It's something about the bitch that the nigga lying to you about, telling you he tired, but keep going over there behind your back and fucking all in the ass and all that shit. See? Man. I'm gonna go in a minute, but let me say one more thing, Lord. I don't want to get into this, but Nipsey told me to bring this up, and I have to finish reading it. He told me he wanted me to talk about his baby mama, the one that got the little boy named Cross, and about his stylist. He had a stylist that braided his hair. And I remember an interview, I think both of them, the baby mama and the stylist, she's talked about the last few days she saw Nipsey, that she went and braided his hair either in the funeral home. And she talked about how peaceful it was braiding his hair, either in the morgue or the funeral home. But she was the last one to touch his hair. And she braided it for him, braided the dead body. And she had been doing his hair, I don't know how long. He brought up the stylist. I don't know what this means, so I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to come back and finish it. I'm not going to finish it now. What he basically told me was this. He said the stylist is a good person. The stylist had nothing to do with his murder. She had nothing to do with the plotting and the planning of the assassination. He said they were cool. They might have even been lovers off and on. He said, but she wasn't in love with him. He wasn't in love with her. He liked her because she was easy to deal with, very passive, very meek, very submissive. She's not like the baby's mama with the little boy that likes to argue with him, start shit, and fight him. And he even told me the last few weeks and even few days, maybe within the 7 days, he was arguing and fighting with the baby's mother. Not Tanisha, not because he wanted to, but because she was threatening him and arguing with him. He said his sister has even seen them argue and fight before with this woman, even though she is not as tall as him, the baby mama. Very aggressive and very violent and very vindictive. Y'all think this is a nice person and a good person. This lady is not a good person. This lady is crazy. This lady has a very violent temper. She holds shit. She never forgets shit. She constantly brings shit up over and over. He said she would try to provoke him to physically fight her, hit him, argue with him, accuse him of some shit he said I didn't even do, to the point where she's arguing and yelling at the top of her lungs and threatening him with them sharp teeth. That she chopped teeth on the side and crooked wedge together at the bottom, goddamn it, like you could bite somebody and hurt them with them teeth. And she was spitting on him. She's hollering and screaming at him so hard, allegedly in the spirit. This is a part of the AKT Celebrity Reads that I am doing a reading. I don't know these people. I ain't physically met these people. I'm seeing this in the spirit, and I looked at it in the tarot, and I heard him that's physically dead yet still alive come from the other side back and forth and speak to me. He said this lady was fighting with him and arguing with him. She's saying they were married and they were living together. He said they were not legally married. He never proposed to her. He never married her in a spiritual wedding or a physical wedding, legally on paper in California, ever anywhere. He said she knew she was going to have to raise their son Cross by herself. And she's so selfish, so arrogant, so egotistical, even thinks she's better than the psychic. The stylist said the stylist is afraid of her. The stylist is intimidated by her and said the stylist knew her. I don't even want to say friends. She pretended to be friends with the baby mama because she's afraid of the baby mama. The baby mama threatened her and told her she better not tell what the fuck she know, they private business. Because sometimes Nipsey said he talked to her. She saw things. She saw them get in disagreement. She saw he was agreeable. The baby mama was disagreeable. And she would always accuse Nipsey of fucking other people. And she said some of them, they fucked together. And the baby mother didn't fuck the women that Nipsey was fucking together because she liked them. She fucked them so she could sexually seduce, manipulate, and control women Nipsey was having sex with to keep up with them, to stay above them, to keep them from getting closer to him than her, and keep them from stealing from her or getting more money from Nipsey than she was getting. And said that when he physically died, all she was concerned about was getting money from him. She was not in love with him. She was indifferent when she physically died. Said she knew when he was going to die. Within the last 2 weeks of his life, they had been arguing. She'd been trying to get him to come back to her. He said he was not living with her. They were not together. They were not in the same house. He was done. He said he had went back and forth with her off and on for years, 13, 14 times, getting back, break up, make up, break up, make up, break up, make up, break. And when he saw she wasn't shit, she was fucking other people. She was lying, telling people one thing, telling him another. Real two-faced and treacherous, messy as fuck. Like to always fight with women and keep up shit and take shit from people. Always fighting somebody. Always starting an argument. Get on the phone telling you one thing, telling another bitch another thing. Act like she cool with you, but really ain't setting you up and telling you she don't like another bitch and telling another bitch she don't fucking like you. Setting y'all up and watching y'all go back and forth with each other when she ain't now one of your motherfucking friends. He said this bitch is two-faced as hell and fucking crazy and got a mental problem and on fucking meds, man. Street meds and fucking and powder they nose, goddamn it. Powder they nose, drunk, and take motherfucking pills. That's what the fuck this man is telling me in the spirit realm. He said that the stylist that will bring this hair is scared of the goddamn baby mama, and the baby mama done threaten her because it's things she know and told she better shut the fuck up. She better not open her mouth and tell what she know about the baby mama. Scared the baby mama either gonna jump her or have her jump or have her kill. Because the baby mama, he showed me, she fucking a young nigga and showed me at least a minimum of 3 niggas that's in the rolling 60s that were there at the marathon with about a minimum of 5 female rolling 60s that were there when they killed that goddamn boy, and said that he's still concerned about Black Sam and want to take Black Sam life and take Black Sam money and set Black Sam up and extort him some kind of way, really take his fucking money and feel like he is Nipsey. He is no different than Nipsey. They got the same blood, same arteries, same heart pump the same way. They look at him and see him as an extension of the contract that Nipsey signed, and still want to do Black Sam in the way they did Nipsey. They threatened up him, they scared of him, and this baby mama is up with this shit. This bitch is not in love with Nipsey, wasn't in love with him when he was killed because she did not want to be in the public with them seeing her as another baby mama and not a wife, a bridesmaid and not a goddamn bride. Suck her dick up till she hiccup, get pregnant out of wedlock, and still not have no damn husband. Every time these men get together with her and fuck her in the damn ass and have children about her, they always go marry somebody else or live with some damn body else because they said this fucker is crazy. And that's what the fuck he's saying now, and said the stylist know it, and the stylist is not a crazy person. The stylist is not a vindictive person that braid the man hair, but the stylist know who killed him, and the stylist feel like the baby mama helped set up the assassination of Amias, Joseph Ashkodun, because the stylist saying in her mind, and that's what Nipsey's saying to me, the stylist know that the baby mama had the blueprint and was one of